we're going to do story time with Jaelynn.
Yeah. And what book are we going to read today?
The Tooth Fairy Losing Peppa's Teeth.
Okay, so we're going to do the Tooth Fairy, and this is a Peppa Pig book. And boys and girls, you can see where Peppa Pig lost a tooth.
And kids, my tooth was gone too.
Wow, Jaelynn lost 2 teeth.
Yeah.
So did the Tooth Fairy visit you, Mommy?
Yeah.
Wow, what did you get from the Tooth Fairy?
$.
How many dollars?
5.
5? I don't think that.
Yeah.
I think the Tooth Fairy gave you 2 $5, one for each tooth.
Give me $5.
She gave you $5?
Yes, $2 $5.
2 $5, right. So that's $10. $5 and $5 make $10. Right?
Yeah.
Good. So you like the
read.
Tooth Fairy, right?
Yeah.
Good deal.
Let's read.
So we're gonna get to going.
No,
Boys
no,
and girls, if you do have this book, just go ahead and grab it so you can read along with us, right?
Or do you have this book so you can read with us?
Yes, we're going to read this book afterwards. So if you want to read along with this book as well, you can just check on the notification. Down below, you'll see the link to go read Class Trip. Okay, so let's get to going. All right.
Let's go.
We're going to start with, let's see who wrote the book. Okay, so this is a scholastic book, and this book is, I do not see the author on here, Mama.
Just read it.
Okay, I'm going to read it, but I was looking to see if there is an author on here, the person who wrote the book. Okay, I don't see one. But anyway, so let's get started. Peppa Pig, the Tooth Fairy.
Yay!
Yay! Let's get started.
Look at my pants. Look at my dress for Rapunzel.
Ooh, so are you a Tooth Fairy in that dress?
Yes.
Tooth Fairy? Tooth Fairy? Ooh, 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 Tooth Fairy.
Tooth Fairy dance.
Where's your magic wand? You should have a magic wand that go and things just disappear and things just appear.
I lost my magic wand.
You lost your magic wand. We're gonna have to go find it before someone steals it and start doing bad stuff with your magic wand.
And kids, we can call the police.
Yes, we're gonna have to report it to the police. Police!
Well, Mommy, we don't just shout for the police. We use our phone. Boop, bop, beep, beep. Oh, yes, somebody's on my one. Yes.
So you only call the police when there's an emergency, okay? You don't call the police when there's not an emergency, right?
Yeah.
Right, because the police are very busy and they have to help people that are in need. So, with that being said, let's get to reading. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a clever little pig named Peppa. She was very proud of her teeth. Peppa and her brother George knew how to take care of their teeth. They brushed them every morning and every evening. Boys and girls, remember to brush your teeth when?
In the morning.
And in the evening. Good job. Peppa and George loved playing dentist. Peppa would pretend to be the dentist and George would be her assistant. George's toy dinosaur was the patient. What lovely clean teeth you have, Mr. Dinosaur. Peppa smiled. Grrr, said George. Wow, you see Peppa in her dentist outfit and George with his dinosaur. Whoa. One day, after playing their dentist game, Peppa and George were eating their dinner. Suddenly, something fell onto Peppa's plate. Clatter, clatter! It made Peppa jump. What's that? She asked. Oh, it's a tooth, Daddy Pig laughed. But where is it from? Asked Peppa. Why? Don't you look in the mirror? Said Mommy Pig. Peppa looked. She had a big gap in her teeth. Oh no! Peppa cried. Do we need to go see Dr. Elephant?
No, you don't.
Oh, no,
No.
said Mommy Pig.
You can
It's just a baby tooth. It's meant to fall out. Just like your tooth meant to fall out. A baby tooth? What's that? Asked Peppa. A baby tooth is a tooth that falls out when you're young, explained Mommy Pig. A new one will grow in its place. What should I do with my baby tooth? Asked Peppa. If you place it under your pillow, the tooth fairy will come. She will take your tooth and leave you a shiny new coin, said Mommy Pig. That evening, while Peppa watched television with her family, she kept thinking about the tooth fairy. When I grow up, I want to be a tooth fairy, said Peppa. Daddy Pig chuckled. What about you, George? Asked Daddy. George pointed at his dinosaurs. Dinosaur, he growled. Come on, George, shouted Peppa. We don't want to miss the tooth fairy. They both ran up the stairs to get ready for bed. What are you doing, Peppa? Asked Daddy Pig. Peppa was carefully brushing her baby tooth. I want it to be nice and clean for the tooth fairy, said Peppa.
Oh, Mom,
Snort, snort. How does Peppa snort? Do you know? That's not a snort. That is... I don't know what that is. Peppa tucked the tooth under her pillow. Are you sure the tooth fairy will be able to find it? She asked. I promise, said Mommy Pig. Just wait and see. Good night, Peppa and George. Good night, Mommy. Good night, Daddy. Snore. How do you snore when you sleep? You me. That's funny. I'm going to wait up all night for the tooth fairy, Peppa said. George, let's not go to sleep. George smiled and nodded. Peppa waited and waited. Snores. She snored away, guys. She could hear something. Is that the tooth fairy? Peppa wondered. George, she whispered. Did you hear that? Can you see the tooth fairy? She climbed down to look at George. He was fast asleep. It was him making the noise. Oh, so George was the one snoring away. I am much better at staying awake than George, Peppa sighed. She settled back in her bed.
Mommy.
Whoa, the tooth fairy. She settled back in her bed. After a while, her eyes started to close. She quickly opened them again. I am going to stay awake and see the tooth fairy, Peppa said to herself firmly. Snore, 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 snore. But soon she was asleep. Tinkle, tinkle. What was that? Ooh, the tooth fairy. She came. It was the tooth fairy. Hello, Peppa, she whispered. Would you like a coin in exchange for your tooth? The tooth fairy gently took Peppa's tooth out from under the pillow and put a shiny coin in its place. What a lovely clean tooth, the fairy said. Thank you very much.
Mom, I can clean my tooth too.
Yeah, but your tooth was already falling out. So there was no need for you to clean it.
It was already shiny?
It was already shiny, Mommy. Because you did a good job cleaning it when it was in your mouth. Right?
Yeah.
Good deal. Flutter, flutter, flutter. The next morning, Peppa found the shiny coin under her pillow. Mommy, the tooth fairy did come after all, she shouted, jumping up and down. Oh, I wish I had seen the tooth fairy, Peppa sighed. Next time, I'm definitely going to stay awake all night. How do Peppa snort? Can you do the Peppa Pig snort?
Can I do Daddy Pig snark?
Okay. Yeah, ma. So, boys and girls, Peppa Pig did get a shiny coin for her tooth. Have you lost a tooth lately? Look out for the tooth fairy, remember, to let your dad and mom know that you lost a tooth. And you want to put it under your pillow and wait for the tooth fairy to come.
And kids, do you know my cousin lost a tooth name? And her name that lost a tooth is Alana. She lost a tooth from a top.
Right, so Alana lost a tooth from the top and Jaelynn lost 2 teeth from the bottom. Wow, so that means...
And kids, and it grows back so big.
Big. So boys and girls, it's okay to lose a tooth. That actually means you're growing up.
And
you're
kids,
losing your baby teeth and you're getting your adult.
Guys, and kids, if your tooth fall out.
Are you getting your big kids?
And kids, if your tooth fall out, and then if you put an ice pack in your mouth, and then if it beats better, then it's okay. Right?
Yeah. So when Jaelynn's tooth fell out, it was bleeding and it was hurting. So she put an ice pack on her tooth to kind of help her with that. So that should be okay, right?
Yeah.
So, boys and girls, if you do enjoy reading The Tooth Fairy with us, just give us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And remember to subscribe and
like the notification and subscribe. Bye.
Put on the notification. Remember, we also read Class Trip. And the link to go watch this video is in the description below. So click on the link and go listen and read with us. Class Trip. Peppa is asleep. Peppa is asleep. Peppa is asleep.
What?
You're Peppa. Bye for now.
Mommy,
have fun.
I was not sleeping. I was fake sleep. I was thinking.
You were thinking. What were you thinking about? Ding.
Oh, I was thinking about the tooth fairy. I saw him in my brain.
You saw him in your brain?
No, I saw him in my dream.
You saw him in your dream? What does the tooth fairy look like?
He looks like 2 wings.
2 wings, okay.
Yeah, and have hair.
Ear, long hair or short hair?
Like our hair.
Okay, like our hair, okay.
Like your hair.
Like my hair, okay.
And then he took my tooth.
Took your tooth.
Put it in the tooth. Put it in the tooth stuff. And then he gave me. Then he got his money.
Mm-hmm.
And then gave me dollars.
Okay, so it's a tooth fairy, a man or a woman?
She's a girl.
A girl, okay. So it's she took your money and she took your tooth and she gave you dollars, okay?
And
awesome.
Kids, guess what? I was dreaming about something in Jago too.
What? Anywho, so remember to subscribe, like, and we will catch
Mommy,
you later.
You are Peppa's mom.
Bye, guys. Wave.